Hi Booktube, it's Stephanie. Today I'm gonna share with you a video for the 7 on Sunday challenge video list thing. If you've been around, you probably have heard about top 5 on Wednesday, or Wednesday top 5. But the 7 on Sunday is hosted by Grace from Swiss, and I'm gonna link her channel down below and to the group on Goodreads. But today's topic is books that you associate with Booktubers. So I actually had a bit of a problem with this one because several of my top choices, or like the first choices I had, they were books that I don't own, and I wanted to be able to hold up a book. So yeah, that was actually kind of weird feeling. So it was like, so basically I'm feeling like some of the choices are very generic because of that. I don't really know why, but I do have 7 books here, so I did not, the pile is further away than I thought, so I'm just gonna get that. You know, I could just refilm that part, but no. So the first book I have here is Nevernight by J. Kristoff, and the booktuber that I definitely associate with J. Kristoff in general is a little book owl, Cass. Don't know why that was so hard, but yeah, I definitely associate her with J. Kristoff in general. So personally, I could have picked any of his books, and yeah, it would have fit her. The reason why I associate her with this book, because some of you that watch this might be, well, Piera 40, didn't she make a web series for this? And the answer would be yes. But I have always associated Cass with this series, also because she was a, I think it's called a moderator or something like that for God's Grave when that was published. So she has had several interviews with him and stuff like that, so that's why I associate this book, or this series to be more exact, with her. And then we have Miss Peregrines Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Jessie from Yesterday Reader. Like, come on. This was one of the ones that I felt, that's so generic. Everyone knows that he loves this series, and watching his video and like, there's a 4th book coming out, there's a 4th book coming out, and him being all excited. Yeah, this, I don't know. This is one that's not even like, oh, is there someone else that might like it? No, it's Yesterday Reader. He's the person who I think of when I see this cover, at least. Well, not this cover, this book. The cover is more, oh, it was cheap on a book fair. But yeah, Yesterday Reader. Then we have a person who I more or less associate a full genre to, and that would have to be middle grade, and the book I have to illustrate that is Malamander by Thomas Taylor. And the reason why I picked this one, because let's face it, it's middle grade, so I could just have picked up a bunch of books. It's because he was like the first person who I ever saw talked about this book, and he also was the one who gifted it to a lot of his friends. So yeah, that's why I associate this particular book, but let's face it, it's the whole middle grade genre that I associate with them. But yeah, Gavin. Now this is just getting awkward. The next person, I had actually a hard time deciding whether to go for Nine Fox Gambit, because she's like the only person I've heard that like loves it. But I went for this one. This is The Earthsea, the first 4 books by Ursula K. Le Guin. And this is for Colonnade, or Rachel. And she adores Ursula K. Le Guin, and she talks about her books a lot. She talks about the author a lot. She reads a lot of her poetry, essays, and things like that. So yeah, I found that this was a little bit more appropriate, at least for this particular list. Then I have a book that is a booktube darling, and that is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book I associate with A Clockwork Reader, and yeah, definitely her like favorite book. She mentions it a lot. It's on a lot of her top lists and things like that. So definitely the book I associate with her. The next one I have here is, how to put it, this one actually I started to associate with her as soon as she read it, or it was picked for her. It was a Boyfriend Picks My TBR, and Holly from Holly Heart's Books boyfriend picked Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. And if you watched her channel, you know that she loves his books. Like, she loves his books, and this was the first one she read by him. So like, who else was I supposed to pick for this? I could also have gone with Kings of the Wild, because I do have it out from the library, but I thought I'd close that, but whatever. But this one is definitely more, in my mind at least, associated with Holly. And then we have our host. I could have gone for Renegades by Melissa Meyer, but I associate her more with comics and comic books, because she's the reason why I started to why I gave them like a chance. But so I would have to associate her with this Wonder Woman anthology. I would not recommend this book because it's sexist and cringy, but Wonder Woman and Grace from the Eastwest, yeah, definitely a good match. So those are my 7 books and 7 booktubers. Do you agree with my choices, or would you have switched some of the books out? I'd love to hear from you. See you next time. Bye.